The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Pizza and Annette Watch Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome to this year's edition of the Pizza and Annette Watch Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Greenville Lady Green Devils basketball team. We'll touch on this year's team, talk about who's on the roster for the 2025-26 season, and talk about their opponents in the conference, non-conference, and in their holiday tournaments. But first, as always, we need to go ahead and get a quick break in first. So we'll be right back to discuss all those things here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Pizza and Annette Watch Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Pizza Inn, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza and Annette Watch Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Greenville Lady Green Devils basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Lady Green Devils head coach Annette Watts. Coach, how are you doing?
I am doing good, and I've got to say, I love Pizza Inn.
I do too. I ate for 8.
It's my favorite place because they have desserts, and that always makes me happy.
They got a nice pasta bar too.
They do
You
have
don't
a
find that
very
at a lot of
nice
places.
pasta bar. So, folks, get out there and eat.
Absolutely. If you've got the chance after a game, it's just a short drive up the bypass to go eat at Pizza Inn. So if you're ever here at Hal Henard for a game, drive on up to Pizza Inn after you watch some Green Devil and Lady Green Devil basketball. Let's talk about the Lady Green Devils.
Let's talk about them.
Let's see who we'll have on the team this year. You've got some returners back. Yep. You've got some players that graduated last year that you'll have to replace in the starting lineup. So take us down through your varsity roster and tell me who we can expect to see on the court this year.
Playing Thursday night, my starters would be at the point guard, it'll be Briley Tullock. And Briley is a young lady that has transferred into us from Davy Crockett, and I thought she should have been here all 4 years, but she didn't. So she's here with us now, and we're really excited about her. She brings a flair to our game that that we're missing, trying to replace Kyla Jobe at that point guard position. So we're really glad that Briley can come along and be that point guard and shoot that ball. In with her as her wingmen, we're back with Jordan Swatzel this year. Jordan was out, you might remember, last year with a knee injury. She is back with us. She's not 100% yet, but it won't be long till she's there. She's doing the things a senior would do, and we're glad that Jordan's well and back with us. The other wingman will be our Matea Gray, little Matea, who teams seem to lose. She gets down the floor and shoots a lot of layups because she's so fast. And Matea's another of my seniors who's, she's played for us. It started pretty much for 3 years. She knows what's happening, and she gets after it defensively. Inside right now, I've got poor little Julia Woolsey, who is not a post player, but we call her a stretch forward because she can step out and shoot the ball. Julia is a sophomore who started a lot of games last year. She's got a great basketball IQ, and we're excited just to see how much Julia can grow. And there's times you'll see her playing at the 4, one possession, and then at the 1, at the point guard, the next possession. And then, of course, rounding out our starting 5, everyone remembers our tremendous athlete inside. I'm totally blank.
Maria.
Can you believe I'd forget Maria's name? Maria lied. Maria has done a lot this summer. She's come a long, long way as far as her strength goes. Of course, that's to my assistant coach, Zach Holt, who works in the preseason and the postseason, lifting weights and getting them stronger. And Maria buys into all that. She loves all that. Coming off the bench, our 6th man would have to be Allison Hayes right now. Allison's another of our sophomores. Come a long way. She, too, has gained a lot of strength and understands the game better. Her IQ is growing and increasing and maturing. We have a freshman by the name of Paisley Christian who will come in at the inside for us. And then we've got Emma Shelton. Emma was a volleyball player that some of you may remember watching volleyball. She has come over to the basketball side. She's a good, strong body inside. She will play inside a lot for us and do some really good things. Right now, I'm really working and pushing for her to rebound. And then another one that will get some playing time probably early on is Kinsley Spradlin. Kinsley's little, but goodness gracious, she's fast. Soccer player, so the toughness she's used to. And right now, that probably rounds out our rotation for the time.
And I know that you've had to replace a lot from last year too, losing Kyla Jobe and then losing Abby Atkins down low too. That's two big pieces that you have to replace. So with how the starting lineup looks as of right now going into Thursday's game with Bearden, how is the lineup constructed this year opposed to last year?
I just don't have Abby's size, and I pretty much have Kyla's quickness, in that Briley is very, very quick. She's deceptively quick. But we don't have that body that Abby had inside with her feet, with her hands, with the rebounding that Abby does. So we're going to do a lot more rebounding by team than we are, okay, Abby, go get it.
And I know that the first name that you mentioned also was a transfer student that you have in now, in Briley Tulloch. That was news this past summer, and it's not normal for me to just single out one single player to talk about in a preview interview, but it's a player that is a transfer player, which is new to the TSSAA and new to high school athletics. So how was that transition period, having a transfer come in and then having to teach her the Greenville style of basketball?
It has been fun and exciting to watch her eyes light up. Oh, I understand, I see this or I see that. And of course, Briley is looking to play at the next level. So Coach Holt and I do everything we can to aggravate her, to challenge her, to get her game to that next level. And like you say, it's unusual for TSSAA to let this happen. And Coach Watts was one of the biggest non-advocates of it. And all of a sudden, Coach Watts became a big advocate of it. When you're able to get someone of Briley's caliber, and in her defense, her coach left at Crockett. He became ill. His health kept him from coaching, and girls were just leaving. And, Briley saw, she didn't play with us this summer. She played with Crockett, and she saw it was really going to be a struggle year. And she does want to play at the next level. She does know Greenville has been to the state, been to the state, been to the state. So she wanted to be a part of that, and we're just really excited to have her. She has fit right in. Everybody enjoys being around her. She's a good teammate. She's a good leader. So, and we flourish without a whole lot of drama. I'm a coach that if drama starts, I'll probably get rid of you because it kills a team. And we've got a good team, good camaraderie, and I attribute a lot of that to Maria. Maria Light is just kind of like a mama to them. She gets them where they need to be and what they need to be doing, and if they cross a line that she doesn't like, she'll have a chat with them. Now, she'll never tell me, but she takes care of all the misdemeanors.
And that kind of leads into my next question right there with Maria being the leader on this team. You lose two huge senior leaders last year, and you always have people that step into that role once they go from their junior to senior seasons. But Maria being a junior, she's kind of getting that role early into her varsity career. So who do you expect to be some of those leaders now that you had two senior leaders graduate last year?
Well, vocally, Briley is a vocal leader. Of course, Maria is our best vocal leader. But Briley is a little hesitant right now. She's come in new. So how much of a leader can I be? Will they listen to me? And then Matea is just so quiet. She's a senior, but she's always going to be a leader on the floor. She's going to be doing what she needs to be doing. Jordan has just come back from being out of here. She's kind of like Briley. She's hesitant to say a whole lot or to be that big vocal leader. But now Emma Shelton will talk and yell and lead and cheer. She's just that type kid. But Maria and Julia, even Julia Woolsey, basketball IQ is very high for Julia. Julia's a good vocal leader. So, we may just have a team of leaders and not necessarily captains.
I know you haven't really seen them mesh well in a game yet. You will in just a few days, but seeing them in practices and scrimmages and throughout the preseason, how do you like how this team's been able to mesh together this year?
Oh, I like it. I love offensively, but you and I both know I'm a defensive coach, and we're not there yet. You know, we're giving up way too many points, but I'll get that fixed, fan, so just hang in there. I'll get that fixed, but we're meshing well together.
And you've got Bearden coming up this week, so you'll start with action sooner rather than later. You've got a tough schedule this year. We'll talk about the conference schedule, the non-conference schedule, and everything like that in the second half. We need to get a break in first, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to talk about the Lady Green Devils schedule here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Pizza Inn presents I Ate at Pizza Inn. I ate pizza at Pizza Inn. I ate a salad at Pizza Inn.
I ate pizza!
I ate it all.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'm inviting you to come and enjoy Greenville's favorite hometown pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet for just $8 all day, Monday through Friday. And then you can say,
"We all ate at Pizza Inn."
Tommy's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommy's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommy's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza and Annette Watch Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Greenville Lady Green Devils basketball team. As always, joined here with head coach Annette Watts. So you've got Bearden on Thursday. Before we jump into that, though, let's talk about the rest of the schedule as a whole. I know you've got conference, tough non-conference, tough holiday classics, but let's talk about the most important games first. Let's jump into the conference schedule. I know conference will look a little bit this year, losing Claiborne, now just a four-team district. So tell me a little bit about what you expect in the conference this year.
And the fans will be shocked when I say one of the best teams in the league in our conference this year would be Cherokee. I mean, folks, they've got 3 freshmen that come in from the Rogersville City program that's won the state at the middle school for 2 or 3 years. And those kids are really good. And Coach Lawson's daughter is there playing with them, and they've got it going on. They'll be tough. You know, you hope to rattle those freshmen when the lights come on in a game, but we're going to have to play smart and hard to get by Cherokee. Granger is much improved. His little shooter's really good. His point guard's good. So again, another tough game. Volunteer is always tough. They set in a zone, and if you're not hitting, it is tough to beat them. They're big and physical, and then there's us. So all 4 teams in our conference this year, there's no sleepers. There's nobody that you're going to go in and just say, hey, we got this one. So we got to be ready every night in the conference.
It'll be a fun conference this year, but to get ready for those conference games, you got a very tough non-conference schedule. You've got Bearden, Dobbins-Bennett, Maryville, Science Hill, Sevier County, Westridge, just a slew of tough 3A and 4A competitive squads. Talk about some of those teams and how well they will prepare you going down the road for the importance of February and March.
Well, you've mentioned 2 being Bearden and Sevier County, that we have Bearden on Thursday night, and we have Sevier County on Saturday. Both of those are in the top 10 to top 12 in the big school division here in Tennessee. So they will certainly give us a run for our money. The little gal, the Hodges kid down at Bearden, is going to go play for Kelly Harper over at Missouri. So, I mean, that's a big school, that's a big time program. So we know she's a big time player, but we're going to take it at her. Sevier County, we know they're always big, they're always physical, they run the ball, they run almost an old-timey tradition, post inside, guards outside, they've got their big girls in. That'll be tough. We played Westridge this summer, very guard heavy, but boy, a very good team. And then you mentioned Dobbins-Bennett. We got to watch Maryville play the other day in a scrimmage game. We didn't play them, but we watched them play. Another really tough team. Alcoa, year in and year out, is really good. We're going up to the Doc Maples pre-Christmas tournament, and then the Thanksgiving tournament we're in is the Food City tournament, where we play, oh my goodness, some really tough teams, a team out of Virginia that's really good. So we've got our hands full in the preseason. But you know, Brad and I, when we sit down, we both have a hard time getting teams to play us. I mean, we no longer get to play our schools here in the county, and I really miss that. I would really like to get that back, playing the county schools, but that just doesn't seem to be in the cards right now. So we'll play who wants to play us, and we'll just go.
And then looking at some of those holiday classics too, Doc Maples, Food City Thanksgiving Classic, and the Ladies Classic, those are three tournaments that really help you towards the end of the year more than I think the girls realize it too, because it's that tournament setting and you don't know who you're playing in the next round, so you can't really prepare. So how much do you like that tournament aspect of things in November and December before you get into the important tournaments in February?
Right, love it. That's why we schedule a pre-Christmas, a Thanksgiving, and then of course always the Ladies Classic, you know, because you are in that tournament setting and you prepare the kids prior to, you know, the week before. You start talking about teams and you start saying, guys, no matter who we play, defense is always traveling. You know, defense is always there. Ladies Classic, yeah, we're here in our goal. But all the other tournaments, it's, you know, you've got to be able to shoot and score on visitors' floors. But defense, it's always the same.
And that's a question I've never gotten to ask before. How cool is it to host one of these holiday classics with the Ladies Classic every year?
Hey, we've done it for 30-something years here. Of course, those of you who know I'm old, when this tournament started, I was in Greenville at that time and then left and coached at the collegiate level for 25 years and then came back, and it's still going. And I'm really excited that it's still going. I'm hopeful that all of our teams will begin coming back. We can get our county teams all back in it. It's just a great tournament. You play teams from different states, and it's just an environment that is just unlike any other tournament we're in other than the state tournament, and it's fun to host it.
And I know going down the road too, you've got your ultimate goals at the end of the road, but starting here early in the season as we start out on Thursday night with Bearden, what are some of your team goals going down the road throughout the year?
Right now our team goal is defense, defense, defense. Our goal is always to hold teams to 55 or under points, and we've been able to do that until our scrimmage games here of late. So we know we've got some deficits there to cover. Right now it's defense and rebounding. This team can score. You're going to see that. We can score, but we've got to get to where we can hold our opponents. So that's our main goal. And then our little quiet goal, which we won't really throw out there up on the board and all that stuff, is talking. Talk. And I say it's quiet, but we kind of joke with the kids, you know, you're way too quiet. A quiet gym is a loser's gym. You know, we've got to talk. We've got to talk. So those are our big goals. Defense, rebounding, and talk.
How excited are you going into the season now?
I am fired up and ready to go.
I know with a lot of coaches I always talk about the three emotions: nerves, anxiety, and excitement. Well, you look like it's just all excitement right now going into the year.
It's all excitement. There's no need to be anxious when you've done it as long as I've done it. The kids are going to be nervous, and I'll never forget Kay saying, you're going to have butterflies. Be sure they fly in formation. And that's with our team. You know, be sure you're doing the things we've done every day on this court. Don't go back into old habits. Don't fall into things that we don't do. Do what we do. Trust the work. That's our motto this year. Trust the work that we're putting in. If you'll follow the process, we'll get where we want to be.
And starting hot with Bearden on Thursday night doesn't get much harder than that right
Nope,
there.
sure doesn't.
But unless there's anything else you've got to talk about, I think that's all I've got for you.
We're excited that we're getting to be on a coach's show this year. I hope I can do better every time, and I hope y'all continue to watch.
Hey, shout out to Pete's Inn, too.
Hey.
You might not get to eat at Pete's Inn this week. By the time you get back from Knoxville, it might be closed by that time.
Yeah,
but hey, if you've got the opportunity, go
I'll
swing
be
by.
there.
But, Coach, that's all I got for you this week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Pete's Inn and Annette Watch Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.